Like Abby, thank you so much for joining me here, man. Like this is madness. This is madness. Like to actually have my girl on camera.
Come on.
You shy, give us punch.
Come on.
So thank you so much.
Of course.
Before we get into it, man, what tea would you like? I don't know if you can see it, y'all, but we have a selection of tea.
Tea connoisseur.
Come on. So we have like chamomile. We have PG tips. Come on. We have lemon and ginger.
St. Clement.
I
don't even know what
that is. Okay. What you fancy, girl? What you fancy?
I'll have a chamomile and vanilla.
Chamomile and vanilla.
Looking
Right, okay.
nice.
I might go for a golden turmeric. Okay, so we're talking about the process. Again, the process is like massive topic, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if there's time, like we can cover like process in terms of relationships, in terms of life, work. But when I first told you about this topic, and we were thinking, right, I was like, girl, you got to come on here because you just have so much wisdom. And I said, and then you picked the process as a topic. And then you said something to me. And I wrote it down because I was like, I'm going to get you. So I asked Abby, I was like, what does the process mean to you? And then he said, a process to what end? And actually that was just like, I was like, yo, that's a great question. But then Michelle Obama, in her book, Becoming, Michelle, I'm sponsoring you. You better pay for all of this. On this thing. So, in Michelle Obama, in her book, she said something that related to that. She said, now I think it's one of the most useless questions an adult can ask a child. And the question is, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah.
As if growing up is finite. As if at some point you become something and that's the end. Mm-hmm. So, and I just thought that relates to what you were saying when you said a process to what end. So why do you particularly like agree with that?
Well, I think that like obviously Michelle Obama is a brilliant woman, a great role model, but she's very right in that regard because I still see myself as someone who at one point in your life, we met nearly how many years ago?
Like 15 years ago.
Like 15 years ago, like when we were just pre-teens.
Yeah.
And I'm 27 now.
Right.
You know, in that time, I thought that growing up was a destination. I thought that at one point, I was going to be grown up. I was going to be a grown up. And till this day, I still say, when I grow up, hello, my age is 27. Like, pretty sure you're grown. You're grown enough. I have a job.
Yeah.
I have a car. You know, I have bills. Very real one. I'm not going to tell you because you know they're still going to collect money from your account. So I think that we're kind of told that there's this destination in life that you'll have it all figured out when you get to this particular age, when you hit this particular milestone, whether it's having a great job, graduating, getting married, having children.
Right.
But those people, and now I know more and more people who have those things, they're still figuring it out themselves. So what I've tried to see it as is actually, it is a continuous process that has no destination.
Yeah.
There is no destination. And so you can't hold on too hard to the idea of getting to a particular place and feeling like, okay, now I figured it out. Now I know myself. Now I am wise and grown and mature.
Yeah.
It is literally a process, a continuous one.
Yeah.
I think of things I even said, 6 months ago.
Right.
And it has changed.
Yeah.
And 6 months ago, I was still the same age I am now, technically. But I'm thinking differently and I'm allowed to actually be like, you know what? Don't really think that anymore.
Yeah. So do you use that word? Like, is that a thing for you? Do you... Because, so the process for me personally is like the waiting period. So, like if you're in university, and especially now it's exam period, right? So you're in university and then you're doing your exams and you're applying for jobs, right? So it's that waiting period between exam, final destination for you is job, and you're like, right, applying, like this process, like, I remember when I did my master's, I used to say the process is the hardest bit because I used to apply for so many jobs. I applied for like 60 jobs, didn't get any response. I'm just like, what is this now? Thinking that when I got that job, that's my destination. Like, I've gotten a job. It looks so different for different people. So it's like, so the process for me was always like the waiting period.
Yeah.
Is that like, how would you define the process?
Not quite, I think at one point it did mean that for me. But now looking back, I was telling my sister Bim recently that and I told you as well, that I had recently hit a very big savings goal that I was working towards. I also did my master's, so I took time out of earning money.
Right.
I ate a lot into my savings, had to do work that wasn't as well paid as what I'm doing now. And then I hit the savings goal that I had put on myself for so long, And honestly, I thought it would feel a lot differently to how it actually felt. Because I'd put so much stock into the waiting and the scrimping and the, oh my gosh, I'm this close. Oh my God, only £500 left till I get to this goal. And then when I got there, I didn't feel the fireworks that I thought I was going to feel. Same with when you're applying for jobs. Although, yes, it's a very difficult point. And when you finally get that email that says, congratulations, we want to offer you this job, it feels fantastic. But that is not the end. Because then when you get into the job and, a year in, you're like, actually, I want this promotion. Does it not start again?
It starts
again. Do you not think,
okay,
actually, I'm kind of getting tired of this particular role or this particular company? It starts again. So it actually never really ends. It might kind of pause maybe in particular points in your life, but let's say the job thing is all sorted out, you've got your job, you're going to start in a particular date. Then you're thinking, actually, I really want to be with someone as well. Is it not a kind of parallel thing that is going on in every single aspect of your life? And so I've kind of tried to not see it as a waiting period anymore.
Right.
Because the waiting never ends. There's always something you can wait for.
Yeah.
There's always something that is next on the agenda.
Has there been a time in your life where there's just been a place where you didn't see any value in the phase you're in? So like, there's a particular time where, again, challenges, difficulties, but this can look in different forms. Like if it's life relationships, like there just wasn't any value for you to see value in that.
Your life does happen for a reason. Before, I used to not really be like that. I used to think that some things just happen and like you can't explain them, but everything is connected. There are some things in your life, and again, my faith is the reason why I try not to overthink those things, because I definitely believe that God knows why certain things happen. But some of them, they're of your own doing, but it doesn't mean it was for your good.
Right.
They definitely were something you did, but it didn't have a great outcome because it wasn't meant to. It was just a bad situation. But I still try and take lessons from that, and I think that helps you with the process as well. That even some rough things, and I mean, we can say this, I'm talking about things that were in my control. There's some people who grew up very difficult, things that are outside of their control happened to them, things that shouldn't have happened, people that they trusted, all kinds of things. There are some horrible things that happen out there, and people have those questions of, why did I need to do that? Surely that wasn't part of the process of my life. Surely that shouldn't have been something that I experienced. But even speaking to my pastor one time about something similar, he was like, sometimes people actually listen more to people who've had experiences rather than people who speak from the hypothetical point of view. The point of view that just says, it's kind of assuming another person's feelings. But when you've actually had it, you're able to connect with another person. And that is a very important part of the process as well. Sometimes we have to come out of ourselves and not think, oh, why did this happen to me? It was a horrible thing. And think, how can I actually use this to help another person? I think that is the most, because if anything will come from it, somebody can learn it from your. There's so much power in owning your decisions. There's literally so much power, because even if that person wasn't right for you, when it's your decision to make it, you don't feel you don't feel doubtful about it. Like if, let's say, you had a boyfriend and your mom told you to break up with him, and you're like, I really do love this person and I'm not seeing the things that she's seeing. She might have 100 reasons why, and they might not actually be valid reasons. You never know. Some people, it just sometimes, especially when someone you love, it's not always rational why you ask them to do things or what you want for them. But when you do it, okay, I'm just going to break up with him, and then you're miserable for 2 years because you loved him and you missed it. If you were just allowed to come to that decision naturally. But the thing is that people try to protect us.
That's so true.
If people try to protect, and I can't blame them.
It's like those 2 years, like you would have still gone through it, but it would have ended naturally because that's fate.
And the learning would have been different.
And you would have found something about yourself, or, you
would have learned things about yourself, you would have learned things about them, you would have learned just how to deal with those types of emotions. But when someone tells you to do something, it's just like, I always see this meme where people are like, it always feels different. Like let's say you're going to wash the plates. But when someone tells you to wash the plates, it's like,
Mama, I hope you listening.
I was going to do those plates anyway.
I'm like, I ain't going to do this.
Like all the plates.
Take it
energy is different when someone else. So I feel like I know that they don't want you to waste time. They don't want you to risk heartbreak. They definitely are, and that's why, of course, your parents out of love, they're looking out for you. But I definitely think the process of me learning that, like, I'm the one who's gonna lay my head at night and have those decisions weighing.
I think that's
nobody
so powerful.
Else.
Though. That is definitely just a wisdom cube. Like owning your own decision and learning from that. Hopefully, it's one of the most powerful tools you have in that self-love, self-value journey. Because nobody is born just like, I'm great.
Yeah,
because
knowing everything.
life is gonna tear you down. Ba, bo, bo, ba. Like, life is gonna tear you down, and you're gonna start doubting yourself that actually maybe I'm not. But then you still need that enablers around you.
I think that this is literally what I'm going through now, where I'm looking at some of my past decisions, and I think to myself, where did this decision process come from? Was it fear from what somebody planted in my head? If you don't do this, then you're gonna. I remember when I wanted to study sociology at university, and I remember someone telling me, "Oh, that's not a serious subject, and that you won't get a job there." And I remember before that I wanted to study law, but I had decided I didn't want to study law anymore because it was too hard. And I just was like, I just really don't have the time. I spoke to a couple law students at uni. It's like the same for me, y'all. I want to chill. So I was like, you know what? I really enjoyed sociology. I got the highest I got like 96 out of 100 in my college. And I just remember thinking, like, I enjoyed my course at uni. I did politics and development studies, but I had an interest in sociology. So there was a sociology module, and like straight up, obviously I was going to take that. I enjoyed that. I got a crazy high grade, and I was just thinking that at that impressionable stage in my life where I was like, okay, this is obviously a 3-year commitment. You're spending money on this degree, ain't free. Student financing gland is coming to get your ass after you finish. So what do you want to do? Like, and I just made the decision to do part. I enjoyed that, but I really just wanted to do sociology because till this day I still tutor students in sociology. I love it. Like, I really, really love it. And I just think I wish I had the confidence, the self-confidence to actually be like, well, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna be fine. And just the confidence in God that actually doesn't matter what you study, you're gonna have a job. You're gonna be able to earn money. You're gonna enjoy that degree. And I just didn't think I had that. And so now looking back 10 years down the line, I really do. Not that I don't really can't say I had a regret because I still really enjoyed my degree, but I still want to study sociology.
No, that's so true. And again, that's why it goes back to what you mentioned, just like owning a decision. Because it's the same with acting. Like, I just wanted to be an actress. I still talk about it now. Like, and people are like, so why didn't you become an actress? Yeah. Maybe you can still become an actress. I'm like, no, I love what I do, and I think I'm at this stage in my life for a reason, and everything because. Even now in my job, I use acting because I work a lot with young people and I use acting as a method to bring out self-confidence. So I don't regret it. But there's a part of me that is just like, but I wanted to do acting. But I didn't do it because it was other people's decision. Just like, oh, you're a black girl. Ain't nobody trying to cast black people. Like, but now I'm looking at Black Panther. I'm
people
like,
are
that could have been me.
Yeah, like.
I could have been there. Am I not Nigerian? I wouldn't have the accent. Well, I could have done it.
All those ones that they were doing. They could have done
you
the
are
original one.
Hello, Mama.
The Black Panther.
Hi, Auntie.
Like you. For real.
Could have been you. Come on, girl. Hi, Auntie. I could have. But you know what, though? It's like... It's like if I owned it, if I really, really didn't do acting because of me, I still wouldn't be talking about like I could have, should have done it, could have regretted.
If it was because of you,
because of me,
you'd have been like, actually, I put that to bed because I used to. Remember when I was in secondary school, I used to do a lot of running, and I remember when I came back to London after
Journeys,
Sprinter. Usain Bolt. Like, I loved it. You knew obviously, you knew me. So that was since I was like 2 years old. That was even before we met. Like, I had pictures of myself in preschool lining up for races. I have a certificate in 1994 when I won my first race.
Girl,
so my mum and dad should have said the year, but okay. Like my mum and dad kept those things. They knew I was passionate about running. So when I was coming back to London to come and resume my education before going to A-level and uni, my mum and dad took me to this college that had like a sports course as part of it when I was doing my GCSE, so maths, English, and then you do sports, like you do PE and some other subjects. And I just said, no, I'm okay with it. Like right now, I want to focus on other things.
Right.
And they didn't push it. They just said that we know you're passionate about running, you love it, something you've been doing all your life. And my mum, I was so surprised that she actually was, and that's why I still have a lot of respect for my parents, because they never actually pushed me into any particular part, but they just pushed not being lazy. I literally push a good work ethic.
Like,
That's
they're
all
not
it
going
is.
to dilly-dally
Yeah,
in
like
this
you can do
house.
whatever you want, but you're not going
Yeah.
to dilly-dally here. And I think that is the best mindset, because some people even just, they don't want to push the child to even have a good work ethic, and I don't think that that's right. But they didn't push me to any particular path, and I'm thankful for that, because when I gave up my running, I have literally, like you said, I don't talk about it.
Yeah,
You have me talking about, oh my God, I could have been Usain Bolt. No, I gave that up, but I was okay. I was like, but sociology, I wanted to study that.
That is the truth. My brother is 30. He still talks about it could have been a footballer.
All them guys that got injured in the end.
Like,
okay,
but I could have been a footballer, but I could have. But you're not though.
Shut up.
But Toes, you're not. You're not. But that's what I mean, like, but it was again because our parents were so Nigerian, and it was that thing like, you want to play football, you better
keep
like
you want to do.
like a big doctor.
Keep ball. Like, there's not even. They're not even close. They're not even close.
It's kicking ball.
Not even the same skill set.
That's actually what they do. You want to kick ball.
Kick ball.
Oh my guys are bad.
Oh my guys
are bad.
Like, it's just like,
that's it. But then if you just owned it, let's say it was himself that just said, right, this is not. So I think even in that,
he would have just let it go naturally. Okay, maybe it's just not for me.
You're right, because life is all a journey, and like everything is a waiting period. But you have to literally understand that whatever advice people are giving you is still down to you to make that decision and to own it. That, you know what, I'm going to own that. Like, this is my decision I'm going to make for this particular point. It might be the wrong decision, but life always goes in circles. Like, I always think that it's like GPS. Like, you're going down a wrong path. The GPS keeps telling you, like, rotate, take the left turn, take the right turn, and then it's like you reach your destination. Like, you know, there's always, but it keeps going. So my last question. So we always do this 1 minute challenge. Basically, I'm going to ask you a question and go say it 1 minute because talking so much. Alright, so the question. So what would you say to a young person right now who is in that period of, again, waiting? And, you know, we've talked about waiting just being a cycle in itself, but let's say they're waiting just in a difficult time, and just the question for them is, when would this be over? So all of this concept of loving yourself or finding value, of how, like, they don't really see a way to apply that to their life at this time because they're in that difficult stage. So you can't find value in something that you can't find value yourself if you're not in a place that you can find value in. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, you get what I mean. So, like, what would you say to that young person?
I think instead of thinking when would this be over, think of what would I have learned by the time this ends.
Wow.
Because really, I always, in situations, I always try and ask myself, no, God, why me? God, what are you trying to teach me? Wow. And even go, God, why not me? Why? I'm the best person to learn this lesson, because then I can teach somebody else. So I wouldn't.
This is like that thing, sorry, that says God only gives you what you can handle. Yeah. So, like, you know, it's because you have that strength.
Yeah, you have that strength somewhere inside you, and it's like you're going to learn something so valuable. And at the time, you will not see it at the time. I know it's a hard thing to be like, oh, what am I learning? But really, you'll come back, and firstly, you'll be stronger for having that experience. You'll be able to detect that kind of maybe situation again in the future and apply those lessons you've learned, and then to help I honestly feel like if we're not living to help other people get through things, what are we doing? Why are we having kids if we're not trying to pass on a better way of living to them? You just want to have kids because you want to know how your kids will look. That's not a good enough reason to have kids. Okay, that's not. You're thinking, how can I? It doesn't always have to be your kids. It can be somebody else. It can be people in your community. How are you actually trying to influence them to make better decisions? But they are going to make their own decisions. So I think that it's important to just ask, like, what am I learning here? I'm a true blue in education. Like, I love to teach, I love to learn, I love all of that stuff. So in life, I would say quite a deeply, I think I overthink a lot, but a deeply reflective person. I'm not here thinking this happened for absolutely no reason and I'm not meant to take anything from this situation. That's where you start getting to a place of lacking value, because like, you don't even see value in your experiences. You don't see value in the things that happen in your life. That everything has value to it. Some things have more positive value, and I guess some things have more negative value, but every single thing that happens in your life has a value and has a reason why it happened. So I think understanding that there's a reason you're learning this, and even if it's not, you know, essentially for your benefit in the end, it's for somebody else's. So don't hold on to that lesson and just be angry in it and be, oh, why did this happen to me? Use it to help somebody else, and it's like there's loads of ways you can do that. That's so true, man. Thank you so much for that, man. It's been so amazing having you in this kitchen
drinking tea. Come on. If there's a place people can get at you, like if someone wanted to follow up, ask you a question, where's the easiest way? What's the easiest way to get at you?
I'm on Instagram.
I thought you were going to say email. You can email me at ABI.
On Instagram, abs and triceps. Don't laugh at my name. I'll punch you up. Like, it's okay.
Abs and trousers.
Abs and triceps with the Z. I would say, I engage on social media. You know me. I stay DMing my friends' memes. But yeah, I'm happy to talk. I'm not no expert about anything, but I am trying to be a listening ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, that's it. Are you ready for dinner? Because
I'm ready to eat.
My body is home.
And the cheeky pibs.
And the cheeky. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you can get something out of this episode. And please let us know your comments, questions. Just, whatever thoughts or feedback you have, please. We're so keen to know. So thanks for watching. Until next time.
Bye.